Now we see something red. For a moment. The stream experiencing minor issues. Shame, Sheber, what happened? It's a shame he won. Yeah, it's probably something to do with my ISP. Like the last 20, 30 streams I've done have been perfect. So I don't know why, like tonight, it just suddenly doesn't work. No, he's been banned for cheating. Alright. Here we go, round 2. Does seem like a long time between rounds. Let's see. 7 seconds to play. Let's see, my ping on lichess is excellent. No, it's up to 93 actually. It's a little high. My ping is high. 86, it's usually around 50. That's after restarting my whole machine. In Budapest, you're getting laggy connection from here to Kifu. But okay from here to Vodafone. I don't know what Kifu is, I never heard of it. Yeah, I'm on Vodafone. Used to be they have a different name. Cablevision. Queen C2 Nimzo. What am I playing here? I hope it's in rubles. Stream's better now? Where is our time going? Both of us have used a minute already on move 4 in a sudden death 10-0 game. That's a lot of time. I'm worried about my connection. Maybe it's Terrible Tuesday. Man, I feel like I played this before with somebody. Was this Abul Fazl? No, he never plays on the stream. I don't even know. Is this a good variation that I'm playing here? I never played this line. But I like it. I think I had prepared it once for a game with Atzel Gergo. And then somehow I decided not to play it. So this is theory. Yes. You can play h6 or not play h6. I don't know if it has to do with my internet just randomly getting better or the fact that I restarted the machine. This could be the source of Western propaganda. Gambling is evil. Now that they like seized your yacht, troll, I mean, what are you gonna do? Now he has to just blow all his money on gambling. A liberal Christian democracy. Alright, what's up? Let's get closer. Closer to the screen. Thanks for the gift subs today from Masturbate and Move 11. 4 gift subs. Stream is back. In theory, this is theory. Do you do like they do in Romania, like you gather mushrooms and then sell them illegally on the side of the road? Do the police arrest you for that too? Dude, seriously. Yeah, troll. If you can get to Siberia, maybe you can make the journey. Visit Sarah Palin in Alaska. Budapest will be the host of the 2024 Chess Olympics. Oh, okay, so FIDE Olympiad that was canceled in Russia, they're going to host in India. That's better than Belgrade. At least they're like kind of neutral rather than like a Russian ally. That wouldn't really look good. Cancel the Russian Olympiad and then host it in an ally country. Serbia would be bad. Alright, Queen C2. Yeah, I mean, I know C5 is an idea. I'm a little concerned about, like, E4. Should I play Bishop B7? I feel like I had a game just like this already. We could go postal with C5. When in doubt, go postal. Why are you saying I have rogue USB devices? How do you know that? Just because I talked about my USB problems? See, I'm not greedy. I don't, like, beg for a new laptop from my supporters here. I'm just making do with what I've got, you know? Using the same netbook for over 3 years now. Even my kids have new computers. And I'm just still using this wonderful, very sweet notebook that I bought for its travel lightness, and I never went anywhere for 3 years. It was important that I bought a portable laptop since I've been stuck in my apartment for 3 years. You heard the USB connection sound. How would you hear that? You're not supposed to hear that. How the heck did you hear the USB connection sound? That's really weird. You're using the same PC since 2008? Wow. Close to a world record. I have a friend who has a Nokia phone that's like 20 years old. Poor guy. Cheese me with 420. You thought it was your USB. I don't understand. I thought I had the sounds turned off. Like my system sounds should be turned off. Are you guys hearing other system sounds? DOS. Unix. He's on a Unix system. Apple IIc. Andre Dawson. All right. It doesn't feel right. Maybe I should think about H6. You're turned off by my stream. Cool. I even had a Chess 960 tournament in your honor. Texas Instruments. My mom had those, like when she was an elementary school teacher. They had Texas Instruments like PCs in the early 80s or something. Like circa 1981. Maybe even earlier. I remember being a really little kid, and she brought one of them home, and I was like messing around with it. That was like one of the first computers, maybe like literally the first personal computer I ever saw. Probably around 1980. Yeah, you're hearing some system sounds. There's all kinds of weird, crazy stuff going on. Weird and crazy. Alright. Wow, insta pre-move. As opposed to the non-insta pre-move. My volume's turned down, so I couldn't even hear a system sound. I don't know how you guys could hear it. It can't have come through the mic. I don't see how that works. The greatest thing about this variation is the wonderfully dynamic pawn structure that arises. It's like 2 equal. The only thing saving me here, of course, is the fact that his king is on f1. Otherwise, I might as well just opt for a draw now. Roasting 10-0 Rapid here. Is Cheese made in the tournament? Thanks for donating 420 bits. We were just speculating. I get it. Pawn takes. Oh, I thought he was going to play Queen F3 directly. You're meeting with sandwiches. That sounds good. I had a really bad sandwich for dinner. It's like crumbly roll with margarine and 3 pieces of salami. It was like a standard Hungarian sandwich without the like requisite 2 tiny pieces of cucumber. You can buy in like in the subway station. Really, really like the worst quality roll with 2 tiny slices of cucumber. Wow, rook there. That's a nice move. Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. What a defensive move. It's really pissing me off. Great defense by white. Good defense. Maybe not great, but good. Until that is a blunder. Wow. That's as bad as it gets. But I think he had equalized just about. How bad is that final position where he blundered? 0.0. Damn, he played a perfect game. Perfect game reaching 0.0 and the 1 move blunder. I'm obviously cheating. Just getting warmed up. I'm curious how far we got in theory there. Probably not that far. Anatoly Karpov Topolov, 01, 2007. So my queen e7 is a novelty. Major inaccuracy, apparently. You have to take on d4. You should take on d4. You quit. Quitter. Don't be a quitter, troll. Did Astrobate beat you? I don't see him on the leaderboard. Wow, Schieberstealer is still playing. Troll lost? You lost to a good player. You drew Uber driver and then lost to a 2100 and you quit? That's really lame. Wow. Schieberspieler is just, he's gonna have to dig deep for cheapos. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. Look at this, the ekes. Oh, he hung an exchange. What? He was already down an exchange. I didn't appreciate that the next was down an exchange in the beginning. So that's what was going on there. Schieberspieler got really low on time though. Now he's got 2 exchanges. Wow, that must have been a tough game to see Schieberspieler get down to 37 seconds. This stream isn't really working. Okay, bye. You're welcome. You're welcome for the gift sub. Novelty and inaccuracy, Excel Poker. My last. My queen e7 move. I should have taken on d4 and destroyed his center. Cheesemate, get to tier 1 sub to Schieber. Nice. Schieber has the bad tie breaks. Thank you, Cheesemate. Camel Culture's in the house with a half-point buy. Alright, we've got a great turnout. 30 players this time. Non-increment is popular. What? Sumaher lost to Schieberspieler, then he abandoned his second game. Loco do Inferno. Crazy like a volcano. Diffuso. Yeah, Troll started well with a draw against Superdriver. A 400-point draw upset. Then he couldn't beat another 2100 and now he's pissed. Alright, can't win them all. Xerox lost to Diffuso, so this Diffuso is not really 1800. 2900 bullet. Pardon. I've been playing e4 almost exclusively lately, so I'm going to stick with it. The modern defense. What's going on here? Can I play g4? Is that legal? Maybe I'll just settle for g3. Alright. Whatever. Thank you, Cheesemate, for the gift sub for Schieberspieler. The mysterious Schieberspieler, FIDE Master. I had a dream last night you were in it, Schieberspieler. There was some kind of weird tournament. And there were like 5 players that should qualify to play in like some kind of round robin or something. And I was the one, I was worried about my not winning, like my game. But somehow like you lost. Everyone was surprised when you lost. That was one of the only things that I remember about the dream. It was surprising that Schieberspieler lost. It has to do something with the fact that I'm playing on Sunday in Hungarian Team Championship. I haven't had like any chess streams recently, and Schieberspieler hasn't been on the stream. But he was in the dream. The bad news was that he lost. It wasn't clear who anybody was playing, and no other people in the dream were clear. But it's a very rare chess dream for me. Maybe it was even last night. It was last night or the night before. But I'm thinking about playing my last team match on Sunday lately. Schieberspieler, congratulations on winning your last... was it you won your last game? What if you had like 3 decisive games in a row or something? Or just 2? I can't remember. Schieberspieler racking up the decisive games lately. My last tournament game was a Fianchetto Pierce. I don't understand why King's Indian players like let you transpose them to the Fianchetto Pierce. The Pierce isn't as good an opening as the King's Indian objectively. All right, it's getting quiet in the chat. Trolls only chat mode. I don't know. It looks like I should play knight takes knight on c6. But I feel like it's overrated, but I probably should have done it. Do I have knight takes c6 there? Followed by e5? Surely not. Not before castling, and even then, not so great. It's awfully quiet in here. We need more interaction. If you're not playing, I command you to banter in the chat. Keep the chat alive. I have to pay shills to like keep the chat alive or something. Never thought about that before. I wonder if like big money making streamers like pay people to just like gab in the chat to keep it moving. I had a premonition of our game. He's up a piece, but he's gonna lose. Oh no. I don't remember that part. Lady 2? Could try it. It looks kind of passive. Recirculating to F4. The best chat. The problem with like Hikaru, those guys, like you can't even read the chat. It just like scrolls by so fast. But if you're not playing, I demand that you are active in chat. To make it look like stuff is happening here. Yesterday I had a better stream title. Brutalizing, no, it was sadistically torturing noobs. Sadistically crushing noobs. If you put like sadistically crushing in your stream tab, in your title, you're guaranteed to have double the amount of normal viewers. Rook b8 does stuff. Rook b8, yeah. He's heading for the B pawn push. The BB. So what do you want me to do about it? I suddenly feel like I'm playing like a dragon. Knight d5. Rook a3. Why don't I play queen d2? The b5's coming. He's obviously trying to play b5. Why don't I play a5, then rook a5? Rook e5? What's wrong with a5? Rook e5? I don't know, do I buy that? Well, the answer is obvious. If I have to. There could be tactical problems with that move. Maybe I'll go back to d4. Rook e5, knight d4. And then I'll play knight b3. Well, he does have the rook h5. That's how I got in trouble against Quang Liem with black. I tried to do the rook e5. I have an obsession with that. I actually did that against him. Because I had seen it done before, but it's really artificial. This idea. Quang was just like f3, g4, whatever. Go bye. Bye-bye. It's all very nice, but it doesn't work. Queen c8, king h2, rook e5. With the idea of rook h5. He didn't do it. That doesn't seem right. Queen e7 definitely looks sus. Maybe it's not so bad, but it doesn't look right. What's he trying to do? Is he trying to play queen e5? Now f4? f4 loosens the bishop. In the Benoni. No, I think white is just better here, but I had to be careful. I don't overextend. I don't like queen e7. I don't know. He wants to play queen e5 clearly. Maybe it's not such a bad idea, but I gotta move. Alright, f4. f4, knight e4. Knight e4, f5. Bishop g5. Alright. You show me. Maybe he has something here. Bishop f5, rook a4. Defending the e4 pawn. Foxy video. I have a Foxy video. That was like, what, Danny King's first. Was that Andrew Martin or something that made those? Foxy video. Sounds like another genre to me. That's always right. That's the right idea. Queen f8. Now he's really got me. This is the best my position's been. I finally actually have an advantage now. Looks like a serious one, but he's good in time pressure. Foxy Mama. Mm-hmm. No. What was my Foxy video? Now I gotta remember. No, I didn't have that one. I didn't know there was one on that. I had a Foxy video on some kind of King's Indian, I think. It must have been like a bayonet King's Indian. It was like early 90s. VHS. Okay. Do you want to take, then allow knight h5? That doesn't look great. We have to do this. He's in a bad place here. We've all been there in this place. The place. The place where we go to freak out. I could just play knight d5, but I didn't know what I was going to do if he took on a2 or b2. Black just has no space and squares for his pieces. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to do f6. What else are you going to do? It looks virtually forced. Black's got a really bad position. But as I've probably said before, he's very good in time pressure. I don't know exactly what to do, but remember, there's no increment here. Personally, I know I'm like, oh yeah, there's no increment. Forgot about that. What? Done a wonderful job of keeping the tension, hasn't he? He will not release the tension. I think he forgot there's no increment. There we go. Damn, I thought you took something over there. Yeah, it's not good. You had me for 100 moves. 100. Oh, Defuso's 2-0. Now he's beating Uber Driver 2. Wow. You're 2013, you're like beating everybody. But Uber Driver's white, yeah. What's happening? I don't know. Yeah, you're not used to having no increment on my stream. Camel culture is 2.5. Alright, where are we? So this Defuso's 3-0, beating Locker Guide 2200, 'Xerox 2300. I'm a little concerned about this. 2200, 'Xerox 2300. I'm a little concerned about this. 2200, 'Xerox 2300. 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 2200, His performance looks ridiculous. 14 CPL against Xerox. 21 CPL. But he was losing that game though, so it's not perfect. With the new players, I'm concerned if they're like upsetting player after player. Let's see what this one was. We got a minute till the next round starts. This guy's performance is like really, really good for his rating. It's a little concerning, but 4 inaccuracies, 1 blunder. Unclear. I hope I don't play that guy. Actually, that's still better than Schieberspieler, probably. At least it's not rated. But if an 1800 goes like 7-0, we're going to be a little concerned. Yeah. So how was my first game with them? Don't remember. I don't know. The guy played a very good game against you. Looks like Uber Driver. 14 CPL. He's probably an 1100. FIDE. Jim, welcome. Long time no see. I hope you're well. Well, his rapid rating's 1800 based on not a lot of games. Wow, D6. Interesting. How does that work? Very strange for a strong player to play that move. No? He just mowed down like 3 2200s. Now he's playing D6 against the Benoni. Does it just me, or is that weird? That definitely seems strange. It was a mouse slip. He meant to play pawn takes pawn, which is another bad move. No, yeah, it's just another suspicious thing. When you add up like a whole lot of like circumstantial evidence, you get a conclusion normally. I can't say I've ever had this position arise on a chessboard. But it's hard to believe a player who just like mowed down 3 2200 players would play such a move. Yeah, he has a 2700 performance. Well, it would arise by someone who's like really 1200. Well, it didn't arise in my games. But normally anyone who played this doesn't know anything about the theory of chess. That's a typical move for a player who's like 1200. Not someone who just beat 3 2300s or 2200s in a row. That's like first grade level chess knowledge. I meant on a physical chessboard, or any chessboard. Well, it didn't rise on my boards, troll, is what I'm saying. Yeah, let's start thinking. This is weird. I predict he's going to be 6-1 in this tournament. We'll see if he runs into Schieberspieler or not. But honestly, like, his games weren't that suspicious, except for the 14 CPL. That's pretty good. Now, knight c3. That looks like a good move, doesn't it? Is this really... Should I really play, like, trying to grab the pawn? Or is that actually a mistake? Might well be a mistake. What about bishop takes d6? To say this is a weird game would be a major, major understatement. He takes massive amounts of time, strangely on some moves. That's just ridiculous. Queen b3. He could have played a good move there. Wow. He actually had e4. I mean, that's quite a strong move, I would say. So that's super surprising that he didn't play that. Yeah, I'm only more convinced there's something suspicious about this player. Even though he's, like, losing against me so far. He had 46 and he has around the same as me in 2100 bullet. His rating in what I was saying was what's it called? Puzzle Rush or whatever? What the hell is it called? Puzzle Buzz? Was around the same as mine. 46, 50. I have like a 50 score. Yeah, I guess I should trade queens to avoid the worst. He's gonna have compensation. He meant a physical chessboard. Puzzle Storm. Something rotten in Denmark. This is just too easy now. Now I'm sure if it was an engine I would still lose. Black has like a massive advantage, +2. Approximately, maybe +1.5. Now I would bet you I would lose this game if white were like Stockfish. If I was playing Stockfish, even despite my advantage, I would still find a way to lose it against a strong computer. It's hard to believe this player took out three strong players in a row again. Could be hard to break through here. Extremely strange style. The really weird ratings all over the map. But you never know. Like, people learn chess in a weird way on the internet. Sometimes I think people are cheaters, but they just have a really strange style. Cheesy Noob, for example. I was convinced that he was like an engine or something for the longest time in the beginning. He's got the strangest style that he's developed by being a self-taught chess player online. Seriously, I was sure there was something weird about him, and then eventually, after I almost like banned him from the stream, I started to realize that he just had this very strange approach to the game. Yeah, extremely strange. I had this game, Jim, like a couple weeks ago against Cheesy Noob, where we were playing Zen mode, and I thought it was like a 1100 beginner. Zen chess, you? Well, I mean, with all the strong players, I probably have like all the players who are capable of beating me. I probably have a moment where I might have been suspicious or when they're new, But I was never. You seem very human. You make human blunders, Zen chess. No, you blunder like a human. Yeah. Premeditated weirdness. I like to have a solid look at this guy's games. If I didn't have any better things to do. Something pretty strange. I would say. Almost certainly. Totally random moves and then series of very strong moves. What? I just grabbed the board. Yeah, Dr. Shifshan, I mean, you're very strong tactically. And you had like a plus score in the beginning. So naturally I have to be suspicious of anyone like that. I mean, there are a lot of people that are really cheating. But I haven't had to report anyone in a long time. I mean, it's not that prevalent. Almost feels like there's been a slight decrease in number of cheaters lately. If you look at his ratings, his bullet is his highest by far. But he really doesn't have a lot of games, so that's... I don't see how this player beat those three guys unless he was just really lucky. Uber driver's almost impossible to beat. I mean, not true, but he's very, very solid, very solid. Normally, although you did play a little loosely in that game. You see, the problem is when you face someone who's 18, 16 question mark, you're also going to underestimate them. I think Uber Driver must have simply just thought he was playing an 1800 and underestimated him. If Defuso's rating had been like 2200, I guarantee Uber Driver would have played more solidly. He even drew with Troll. But you know Troll. This 1800 rating makes him look weak. His time use is also very strange. Massive thinking in some moves and then instant moves in other spots. Is there some trick here? Just in case of knight a6. Yeah, king f2 now. Very quickly. That's a good move. See, if you're going to cheat on my stream, you don't want to cheat against me in particular. Cheat against the other players. Just cheat against the other players. That's completely okay. How's my e5 pawn doing? How's my driving? Look at that, how quick he comes up with that. And watch out for like c5 here. See? You could like predict that move was going to be played. Wait, what about the b pawn? I mean, this is a very, very strange game. Totally not really consistent. I don't know. It's very strange, very in and out. Some moves are good, other moves are like abhorrent. There's really no consistency in White's play. Something weird about it. It's like he's like a total beginner. Like using a computer to play like medium strength chess or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Alright. Where's our latest update? Was that the last game though? So Zen Chess, we get to see. Zen Chess lost to Schieber. Oh no. Schieber's already 4-0. Zen Chess Excel Poker. Excel Poker, remember, there's no increment. Wow, what was this, a Najdorf? Excel Poker played e4, not his normal knight f3. No, it was knight f3. Oh, it was a Grunfeld. Wow, you played the Danian variation. But when you play the Danian, are you supposed to play it like with knight f3 or without? And I can't remember. Oh, I haven't seen this in ages. That line was popular like 15 years ago or more. I think like 2005, 2006. Oh, it's like a Harry Potter wizard spell. But we know it's like a little kid, for sure. Or a teenager. It's definitely not an adult. Though adults like Harry Potter, they wouldn't name themselves Defuso after a Harry Potter spell. I have to confess I've never read a Harry Potter book. Alright. Probably something Arsenal fan is into. When he's not indulging in conspiracy theories. Zen Chess. Oscar Pistorius. Are you serious? That's not true. That's a really bad joke, troll. At the expense of poor Oscar. He's a great guy. He only murdered his girlfriend. I mean, nothing major. Yeah, we all watched the movies. good money on translating Harry Potter books. I heard about the translator who did it in Hungarian. They made a fortune just translating the books. You're not an Uber driver either. How's Uber going? No one tried to murder you lately? Any good carjackings? Man, Poker's doing the time thing again. We're gonna have to change your name, Uber driver. You're like a fake Uber driver. Poor Poker is just... he's used to my increment. The Zen is quick too. These guys would probably have a good... they would have a good, like, bullet match. If it came down to that. Wow. Pre-move bishop drop. The Poker didn't come prepared. He's just used to the increment. What's up? He showed up for the wrong format. I thought I was going to do that. So my dream where Schieberspieler lost last night, strange coincidence, or foretelling the future? Illegal moves when you're low on time. Or you could do like Brian Wall, Culture's mentor, and call your opponent's flag down before it actually falls. I told that story before. I'm sure he has. It's one of his favorite stories. But I was there when it happened. It was really... I don't know, man. I don't think the arbiters got that right. What would you do? I mean, Mr. Coffee. You should be like... you should lose the game automatically for pulling a stunt like that. With, like, their flags hanging with analog clocks, like, Brian just, like, called Michael Rhodes' flag down when he had, like 5 seconds left, causing him to, like, lose enough time that he only had, like, 1 second left, and he didn't have enough time to, like, win the game. He's like, you're down! And in the time that it took him to, like, look down and check to see if he lost on time, he was really, like, out of time. Is there a rule for that? Distraction of the opponent. The arbiter didn't give him 2 extra minutes. It was a blitz game. Like, 2 extra minutes in a blitz game? Seems kind of a lot. Well, Schieberspieler plays the Caro Khan. You know what? I've been playing like G4 in a couple of games for fun. Should have done that. No. We're gonna take it seriously. Oh, I played knight f3, so that's a bad move. Theoretically. Oh, Schieberspieler's move order is smart, because he goes g6 right away. Anyway, this is not blitz, this is rapid. Two minutes to standard penalty. You gotta, like, go after him. This is Schieberspieler. You gotta, like, kill him tactically with something crazy. If you want to beat him. Actually, I tried this against Sasha Gelman, and I started to play too loosely. When I start to tilting. But this wasn't the plan. I didn't want to get into this position. I forgot you could play g6. That's a good move order. I should have played knight c3 right away. Seriously, a draw. What are you talking about, draw? So little face punching. Yeah, I only on a couple of occasions came close to that level. What's up with h6, by the way? What are we gonna do here? Like knight g5, knight takes h7? I gotta defend my central pawn. Amateur chess boxing. Precisely. So what's the best move now? Queen d2? Box chessing. Why didn't I play like bishop e2 there? Wasn't necessary to like trash my structure. We're creating a more dynamic position. The queen trade. Of course. But it looks a little curious, you know? That pawn on h6 could be kind of dangerous for black. I'm not sure this is actually that bad. How bad is it, is the question. How bad is it? Bishop h3? Maybe king e2, king d2, king e2, rook c1. What do you want to do? Bishop h3 doesn't seem right. Knight c3. Go for that knight on d5. That's so strong. Doesn't seem that good. Castle's queenside. That's probably the best move, actually. Famous last words, but I think it is, actually. Connects my rooks. It's probably my best try. This might be a mistake. It's a weird position. The boxing champion. Concussions are good for your chess. My brain feels like I have NFL brain material. How about the Klitschkos? Don't they play chess? Doesn't everyone like in Ukraine play chess? Who's so left? There's something sus. Everything about that guy's play was weird. His results, his time use, his moves. Wow, this is a tough one. I don't know. What should I do here? Maybe bishop d2? Okay, what are my options? Knight e4. I like that better. Wow, he insta took it? What? Wow. Almost hung a rook with rook c5 in one variation. So what's the material here? I need to get my king toward the center. Move 11, talked about with me the concept of alpha 0, how much it likes that wedged pawn type of situation. But this is a really good move, rook d8. Or is it? What if I just brave the... Brave the lies. Don't believe the lies. I guess I could play king d1, right? As well. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's the point. We're talking about Alpha Zero. Talking about Alpha Zero. It's hard to evaluate this position except to say that it's like unclear. Wait, that's the exchange for two pawns. It's pretty imbalanced. What? Wow. Is this bishop trap? No. The board seems small now. It is a little too small. It's also seemingly like moved on the... That's better. Right. 4Q. Fork University. You did calculate one. He even has time to do text commentary. It's pretty funny. Give me that. Extra pawns are welcome. He still has a pawn for the exchange. Nice game. Quality. We see where your real strength lies. That's alright, man. That's why they pay him the big bucks. Typical flag player. No skill flag player. Alright, whatever. That's what I get. I like the type comment though. This position is hopeless, and then he tried as hard as he possibly could to save it. Like his life depended on it. It was like a reverse psychology move. Very, very disgusting. Ugh. Where did my time go? Seriously. Should have been easy. I should have won easily, honestly. Somewhere around 2 minutes, I just played too slow. There was no reason to let my clock run out that low. But I never had any inclination to play for a draw. I think if it was like a rated game, I would look for ways to like avoid losing on time toward the end, you know. Just salvage a draw. Alright. G. Christiansen. Yeah, it's hard to lose on time in Nintendo. That's really painful. It's like a really long game. We just played 20 minutes and I lost on time. That's a long game, a lot of work to put in to just like flag in a winning position. That's really gross. Like I'm up a queen in 10-0. Hikaru did that to me. He was knocking over the pieces and stuff. But in that case, he ran out of pieces. Open Sicilian from Zen Chess. Yeah, I'm not used to it either. I'm like Excel Poker, but not quite as bad. In terms of bad time management for non-increment. At least I know there is no increment. It's just like I choose not to think about it too much. Till it's too late. He just wasn't aware at all. Thanks for the gift subscription for G. Christiansen. Thank you, Asterbait. I mean, the way he was just making like trashy moves at the end, like letting me queen, any moves that were check. I just don't do that. I don't play Sudden Death Bullet. I don't even know what that is. I'm just not a professional in that non-chess element. Wow, the Hebden. I probably talked about this before. I think we played this before. I forgot. It's been a while, Zen Chess. You did play this against me previously. So, I've played different moves here. Probably both pawn takes pawn and e5. e5 take like bishop g5 or something. I don't remember. Yeah, we're talking about the pure bullet approach, where you're just hanging pieces and clicking the mouse as fast as possible. You know, someone surprised me like saying, I didn't realize that Fallujah was 2800 till someone said it last week. He's always been kind of a bullet player in my eyes, and it was amazing what he actually, how he did that, like how he became second in the world in rating. He gained basically like 100 rating points during COVID. I mean, that's pretty crazy actually. He went from like 2700 to 2800 during the COVID. He only lost like 5 games in the last 3 years or something in regular chess. I think twice against Carlsen and 3 others. But the really, really big result for Fallujah was not one of those big tournaments, but although he did well in Tata Steel twice, it was the European Team Championship where the guy scored 8 out of 9. I mean, that's outrageous. That was the tournament where he gained the most rating points. To see 8 out of 9, I mean, to make 8 out of 9 in the European team, that's crazy. The guy gained like 30 rating points in that. That's an outrageous result. 7 wins and 2 draws. You are able to see chat, right? Yep. Well, I forgot this is a move. Is that important? I'm having weird hallucinations. I could take on d4. What's that about? Like, what happens if I play pawn takes knight? Bishop takes check, queen e7. And you just have a better ending. Sorry, I meant 102 rating points. Yeah, well, we didn't see the last chat. We just saw you're able to see chat, right? That was the first chat I saw from you. So I think we missed what you're talking about. I was just talking about Fallujah. But I don't know. I mean, I really don't think he's the second best player in the world. Though he has had crazy results. Then again, who is? You know, maybe he is. Anybody is. There is no clear second best player in the world. Actually, it could be anybody. Knight takes c6, knight takes c3, knight takes d8, knight takes e2. What's up with that? It's not great. So I have to take back. This has probably been played before. It's me. Did you any kind of power? Did I feel any power? Well, he didn't have this like aura or anything like some people I've played, like Lambit Ol. He seemed human. I mean, I played him when he wasn't super GM. He was just a regular GM when I played him. He had incredible endgame skill as a kid, which is very strange, you know. He's like a little boy trapped inside a Russian grandmaster's body or something. No, I mean the endgame skill at a very early age, that's very strange, you know. That's highly unusual. Yeah, I guess we could say Super GM is 2700. There's really no concrete definition for such a thing. But that seems like a fair enough estimate. When I played him, he was like 2550. But I'm curious how he became, like, you know, his style. How did Magnus... what developed Magnus's style? Was it his trainer? I don't know much about Agdestein. Is Agdestein like really big? He was like Magnus's coach. I mean, was he really big on endgames and stuff? I don't know anything about Agdestein really. Damn, dude. We know that. That's the safe assumption. He was big on chess. Alright, I'm castling. Every time you know, no one knows who's going to become great. Sometimes I'm surprised by players I didn't think were particularly talented. But I'm not the judge. But Magnus you could know. I mean, Magnus you knew that he was super talented. There are other people, like I played Caruana, he seemed kind of average. So, and he also, yeah, I mean, maybe I played them both around the same age. Caruana was a little later to develop. I didn't feel quite as much talent with Caruana. as with Magnus. Naka was also pretty average. Yeah, I would definitely agree. He wasn't like a super child prodigy. I think in the case of Hikaru and, well, Hikaru wasn't a massive successful chess prodigy. He was later. As a teenager, he became very, very strong. So I don't know what to do here. This is interesting. I don't feel like wasting any more time. I'm just going to play on intuition. I know that Agdestein also played football. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a pretty inspiring thing to do. To have two tremendous, one goal. To have two tremendous sports or, games is impressive. But I'm mostly curious about how Magnus became such a good player in the tactical style. What influenced him to be like that, The only thing I'm curious about, as far as Carlsen is concerned, is how his style was developed. No, Dr. Chance. Ali Reza doesn't have any great talent. Of course he does. I don't know as much. I'm just kidding. Okay, I've been paying less attention to chess at that since Faruja has been around. I'm just like teaching all the time. Obviously, I never played him, and I don't pay close enough attention to the serious chess tournaments these days as I used to. So you take anything that I say about young players with a grain of salt. Is that chess with a one-move threat? Nice one-move threat you got there. Yeah, I played in a tournament with Pragnanatha like 5 years ago. There was a funny incident where his opponent made an illegal move, like castling after he moved his king or something. They made a big scandal about it, but it was like he didn't know what he should do. Like, I don't know if Pragnanatha didn't know his opponent made an illegal move, or like he just didn't know what he was supposed to do, so he didn't do anything. And then the Indian chess players made a big scandal about it later, but I didn't understand what the scandal was about. Honestly, if someone makes an illegal move, you have to get the arbiter and claim it. He just didn't know the rules or something, or else he didn't notice, which is possible. Sometimes somebody moves their king, moves it back, and you forget, that castling isn't allowed or something like that. I didn't understand why they made a big scandal about it at the end of the day. But yeah, Pragnanatha, yeah, huge talent. Chess is so popular in India. What do I do? We're in trouble. I mean, I know I don't pronounce the guy's name right, but it's like an impossible name to say. So forget about it. So anyway, I started this conversation by talking about Faruja, how he's gained 100 rating points during COVID, between 2020 and 2022. That's pretty crazy. Again, he lost only 5 games, twice of them real chess, long games, 2 times being to Magnus, once to Caruana, like maybe once to Rockport, and 1 other game. That's pretty insane. Sanchez is playing like a god here. He just continues to play like a god. The 2 bishops, the god of 2 bishops. Your first board was a piece of paper. That's like ghetto, ghetto basketball or something. You don't even have like a hoop or something. Something. My dad grew up in the Depression, and he used to play baseball, but they said he said they didn't even have money to buy like new baseballs, so they had to like tape the ones that they had. Like the skin fell off. They couldn't afford to buy a new baseball, so they just like would tape it with like black, like rubber tape. It's kind of like that. But not having a chessboard, I guess, makes you appreciate things. Again, the dude is just non-stop, brutal genius. I'm going to have to sacrifice a pawn at some point, it looks like. I mean, I want to play that. I want to play, like... Yeah, I'm going to sack a pawn here. I'm not going to take this abuse anymore. He's just abusing me. If I let him play, like, bishop e4, bishop d5, I'm in big trouble. Wow. Playing like God. Yeah. No. Competing pawn majorities. What happened here? What's happening? Three in the middle versus 2 on the sides. What do you guys think? I'm going to go with the middle ones. my gosh. He almost Schieberspielered me. You hung 3 pieces already, but you won every game on time, right? Nice, mate. Kofefe, you're the man. You know how to butter me up. Phew, he almost pulled a Schieberspieler. He didn't have the killer instinct of Schieberspieler. The win at all costs mentality. Camel Culture lurking with 4. Merles. Oh, good old Merles. Merles is underrated. He drew Camel Culture. Merles is a mystery. Excel Poker, no draws. Defuso's back. Someone said he left. He didn't leave. He's played all his games. Uber Driver, very disappointing result today. Well, actually, you missed 2 rounds. Okay. Yeah, never mind. You missed... No, that's Dr. Trip Chance I meant to say, not Uber Driver. Sorry, Uber. Uber mildly disappointing, but Dr. Trip Chance, no. You've only played 4 games. Merles beat you? Yeah, Merles is a mystery. He might be from the same team as Defuso. Schieberspieler's going to win with 7-0. He's got it easily. There's no way that Schieberspieler's going to lose the last round. He would never choke in this kind of situation. Right? The culture. No, you would never choke. Why am I playing this crap? I used to play this with black. But I got some really bad games with this. And I understood that I don't understand what I'm doing. Of course, I don't know any theory at all here. Like, what's happening on bishop e3 takes, knight g5? That has to be good for white, right? Right. Alright. You just don't want to play, like, knight takes e5. I don't know any theory. Hopefully, Camel Culture doesn't either. He knew enough to play, like, c6. But I've been seriously debating if I play this with black against the bishop's opening, the c6 seems... I don't know, I can't decide if it's better to just play like normal knight c6 type of lines. I liked c6 at first, but I feel like I have a tendency to overextend myself. I guess you got to know exactly what you're doing here with black. I know that's probably a normal move. Knight c3, I guess, is a move. It's a boring move. Do I play like takes knight g5? She could be kind of dry after this. Schieberspieler would be happy with black setup. That looks like one of his favorites. But thank you guys for playing. Last round. FFFM. Man, I'm happy to see that move. I really would hate it if you took, but luckily, like Camel Cultures, he's too innately aggressive to play such an insipid and correct move. Like, we transpose to what looks like a dunst opening. Astrobee with 4 gift subs today. Move 11 1. Cheesemate 1. And Cheesemate donated 420. G. Christiansen donated 100 bits. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. But we did now. When Schieberspieler wins his last game, he'll be 7-0 in clear first. It's like I'm playing the Two Knights Tango. This looks good. I like this. Why is this not good for me? What about like Knight G5? Knight G5? Castles? Yeah, my knight is on G5. That's the problem. So what? Knight F5? What do we do now? Bishop G5? I can't decide. Knight H4 anyone? Queen E2? Castles? Don't know what to do. A3? It's a waiting move. You can play A4. Maybe A4 is better. A3 is a tad passive. Passive. If B5, A4. Where's Yabatis? This is his favorite opening system. The Two Knights Tango with both colors. Essentially the dunst. Closed dunst. But I like doing this against the French. I tried to do it in the first round, but my opponent wouldn't let me. Now we castle 2. Or perhaps another move. It's like just standard type position. Where's my kingside attack? Pardon. Mastering the closed position. So we're gonna be back tomorrow, Wednesday. Weird Wednesday, tomorrow morning, with Blitz. Now the Bishop E6 move, like Joko. His structure is really ugly. But I'm not convinced that's what I want to do. I don't know. I don't want to take an open that file for him. I'm going to play it this way. Like a Joko. Then we have Knight F5 threat. Bishop D2 at some point. The F5 square is very weak. G6 is weakening. but he might have to do something like that. If he takes my knight, I go back maybe to h3. f4. Man, f4. I'll just keep saying I like the sound of it. f4. Pawn takes f4, bishop f4. Bishop f4, rook f4. Then there's some sort of tactics with like knight h5. Knight h5. That's not clear. Knight d5. Knight d5 is tricky. Knight d5, knight f7. Rook f7. Rook f7, knight e3. Crazy. The active rook on f2. Thank you. The active rook on a2. Very fundamental here. I learned it from Acerbate. He's coming back with a vengeance. That's what Lasker said. Your long distant relative. Bishop takes f4. Countryman. The German. Emanuel Lasker. Did I blunder yet? He said pieces that were like shut in, you know, came back with a vengeance. I'm paraphrasing. The exact quote I don't remember. Camel clutcher. The clutcher of camels. I think it makes a perfect decoy, actually. What materialistic player couldn't resist that rook on a2 XL poker while getting like brutally checkmated on the other side of the board? Acerbate, you gotta go? Oh, Schieberspieler? Who's leaving? See, he's doing the materialism. Couldn't resist it. Yeah, I was calculating knight f7 here, right? So what's the deal? Knight f7. Knight f7. I said knight f7. Knight f7, rook f7, rook f7, knight e3. What's the problem? What's your problem? What's your problem, man? If queen c7, knight h6 check. His knight's hanging at the end of the day. Even now, it's hanging as we speak. This was the first line I calculated, not very accurately, but at least I knew the right, you know, thing to focus on. People underestimate my calculation. They think I'm just a average positional player. They don't know how tricky I am. Tricky. Tricky, tricky. So, what's the problem? Speaking of misplaced pieces, I like the knight on a5. So knight e3, queen f3. That's okay. Now if I play check, he has queen f6. Or, I mean, no. If I take on d5, he plays queen d5. I have a good position here. His knight's on the side of the board. His king's more open than mine. I mean, so I can simply play check I can simply take and be better. To like rook a1, I'm better. Not a lot better, but enough better that it might matter. He's got way more weaknesses. Or I play queen f3 check. Queen f3 check, queen f6, pawn takes pawn, queen takes. I like this better. White doesn't have a big advantage, but it's like something. Lichess plays. Lichess player. My pawns are less, you know, weakened than your pawns. How about queen g4? That looks juicy. We almost have something. I could have done like knight e4 first. Now knight e4. The fat weakness on f6. Triple fat weakness. Fat with a P. Yeah, I mean, I think the simple rook f1. We're clearly better. You know, even though it looks equal on the surface, I mean, his king is just open. He has to defend very precisely here if it's possible. I like how Excel Poker criticized my rook. He's having the last laugh now. The star. Star rook. Rook star. We got 2 minutes up on the clock, and his king is in trouble. I like tactics like queen takes h7 check, knight f6 check, knight takes d5, but that might be a problem. Wow, this just looks like he's toast. Man. How is he not toast here? Knight g5. He could survive, like just lose a pawn or something. Man, queen f4 is brutal. The only defense. It's funny that he has this. This actually holds for now. I can win a pawn. It's enough to win, but it's not that much. Do I have better? Queen d6 is the question. Queen d6, queen e5. Doesn't look clear. I have no way to the back rank. I might as well just trade. I mean, his structure's trashed, and he's down a pawn. There's like no way to survive this. Maybe Schieberspieler could like flag me. here. But 2 pawns down in a night inning is not going to make it. I'm almost trapped. Knight takes, king takes. Well, that's pretty crazy. What? Wow. That's unbelievable. Did you see that? What he did? From a lost position? That's unbelievable. Wow, look at this. Dude played the perfect king and pawn in game. Played -4. Check this out. With no time, with 13 seconds left, you played a perfect king and pawn in game with no inaccuracies. After this, king d2, b5. I have to play b5, by the way. Yeah, you actually were winning with king c3. That's insane. That's crazy. And I lose? Because it's perpetual if I take on h7. That's crazy. And I'm mated here? Are you serious? With 2 seconds left? He actually finished the game with like less center pawn lost than me. Even though he was minus 4.4 the whole game. How does that work? You guys are something else. I mean, wow. Damn. 17,000 bullet games. Dude, that's brutal. What precision with no time left. I thought I could just flag him. Wow. That's crazy. Slimed twice. At least he stayed out of the prize money. That's really sick. Schieberspieler gave a draw in the last round. Man, my technique in like winning like +5 positions with like a minute left isn't good. Wow, even Merles even drew Schieberspieler in a legit game. Oh, you absolutely deserved. You're like the master of flagging with no increment, man. Camel should be second. He lost. He lost to you. He should be second. This guy Merle is like, what is their deal? They drew both of you, even though they're 1700 in bullet. Yeah, that account is weird. Zenchess only managed 4 but quit the last round. Well, at least it didn't change the standings. The slimy loss, man. Impressive. A lot of like hyper bullet chess probably improves your accuracy with less than 2 seconds left. I tried to avoid the draw by taking on h7, so I guess I deserve to lose. But I thought for sure I could avoid getting mated for at least 2 seconds. It's pretty funny that there's like no way out. My own queen, like, that's crazy. My own queen like gets in the way of playing h4, which would be the only way out. Man, I hate this new format. I still finished second place, but I feel gross. I feel dirty that I lost those games like that. Excel Poker with third. Shiva Spieler, congratulations. Very well-deserved victory. You're the master of time. I somehow managed 5 out of 7. Excel Poker got to 5 out of 7. Neither of us with any draws. Camel Culture with a draw against Merle's. Yeah, Merle's is pretty tough. Good flagging. You have incredible flagging skills, both of you. But your game was slimier than Camel Culture. He was just defending himself, you know. All right, Merle's rating is off. Zenchess with 4. Yeah, this number 7 seemed very strange. Uber Driver got 4. Draw in the last round with trip chance. Uber Driver played the whole tournament. Wow. Have you ever completed a whole tournament? Dr. Trip Chance missed the first 2. Still scoring. 4 Xerox with 4. Asterbait, our hero. Aldisto had less success today. Wow. Aldisto's 2460. He should do well. He couldn't adjust the new time limit. He got just 3.5. That's a very disappointing result. Asterbait with 2 wins. Who did you beat? Seeger, you beat Seeger again? Troll in a row, you got Troll. I knew it would happen. I predicted it. Congratulations for the Pawnda trophy. I'm just terrible with flagging. Alright, well at least I had a winning position at some point in all my games. That's the only positive thing I can say about finishing second. Exactly lost 2 games on time. Yeah, same as me. Yeah, anyway, it's more fun. It was fun. Something different. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Blitz. Weird Openings Blitz. With Increment. Thanks, everybody. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. CET. I could do a raid of Chessbia. We'll see you later. What? Mr. Bucky. Mr. Ducky? Those duckies? Porky Pig.